Okay, dear students, in my last class I talked to you about the scientific breakthroughs we are waiting for. And in my last class I got the chance to talk to you just only about DNA, computer and the thinking of the modern scientist. That is just how to settle the people in another planets. And just I think just we have to get help from NASA and something else. And so there are, I think before that you came to know that Baz already suggested us to think about clean energy. I think that is very essential for the modern people to lead a peaceful life on earth. And so just you have to know what is clean energy is. Actually, while many alternatives to fossil fuels have been investigated, there is still quite a way to go before mankind's energy supply is completely renewable. You know that I think for the last 100 years, the people are, I think, exploring various types of energy under the ground, and they would like to explore it, and they would like to collect it and use them. And just by using the petrols and many things else, just we are able to carry on, just start on our vehicles, cars, and many things else. I think there are many electronics apparatus is also directed by the energy or resources how to get from under the earth. But I think just there is the side effects and it causes the greenhouse effects. But if we get the sufficient clean energy, but if we become successful, especially using the renewable system, I think the world will get a I think good atmosphere, a favorable atmosphere for the people to lead a peaceful life where there will be no I think environment pollution or something else. Okay, as of today, about 85% of the energy comes from fossil fuels. Most of the energy is coming from fossil fuels. The reason clean energy is considered to be important is because fossil fuels are not expected to last much longer. I think now the people or the scientists all over the world are in the threat that in course of time the sources of fossil fuels will be ended. And so ultimately the research work of the scientists and especially the scientific development all over the world may be hampered or disturbed, and that's why they are suggesting us to carry on or to be dependent on the clean energies, especially the fossil fuels. That is, I think, which led to the environment to be polluted. And so I think the modern scientists or modern people or research workers are the intention that in course of time, if the fossil fuels become, I think, finished or ended, that would be troublesome for us to live on earth. Okay, and so I think, and they led to the danger. The reason clean energy is hard to come by is that we have spent the past 150 years dependent on oil, and for the last 150 years we depended on oil, and it's quite difficult to make the switch. Okay, and I think just we cannot expect that we would get the support under the earth, and just we can't get the mineral energies. I think for a long period, because for the last 150 years we are exploiting, and so in course of time it may be ended, and as a result we have nothing. So we have nothing alternative just to depend on clean energy. And some have been suggested that the technology for producing vast amounts of clean energy already exists, and it's their belief that there is the scope of creating or getting many of the clean energies already exist, but it's being suppressed by big oil companies. And I think many of the oil companies may be, I think, can't support it. However, several European countries have produced considerable amounts of clean energy. And many of the, I think, many of the several European countries have produced an considerable amount of clean energy. Current methods of clean energy include wind, solar, geothermal, tidal, hydropower, nuclear, and biofuel. I think there are many sources. Just you keep to know that the sources of the current methods is that is the wind. I think the wind would be available as the earth exists, and then especially the solar system. I think the sun will enlighten the world till the existing of the world. Geothermal and tidal hyper. There are many sources by which the modern scientists can collect the clean energy, and just it is the suggestion of the scientists that we have to depend on the clean energy by which we can lead the world in a good and prosperous condition. Okay, and then you know that most of the people all over the world suffers from deadly diseases, and that is called the cancer. And I think nearly there are the 780 crore of people living on earth, and among them minimum 5 to 10 crore of people are suffering from cancer, and it's a fatal and deadly diseases. And if anybody is attacked with this attacked of these diseases, there is most of the time a lack of possibilities to live on earth. And that's why and now the modern scientists or physicians or research workers are trying their best to invent the cure for cancer. And if they become successful, I think the people on earth